What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Back at it again with another banger, my friends. Y'all know the vibes by now. Kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
It was an action-packed day of hoops this Sunday, man, for these second-round matchups in the NCAA tournament. Now, after a bunch of blowouts, honestly, in the first half of games in the first round, the second round provided a lot more drama, storylines, and competitive basketball, man. Starting things off, South Carolina Don Staley, number one seed in the Birmingham division, advanced to the Sweet 16, handling business. Now, first game, 60 ball. It was no stress. Indiana, salute to them. They were a bit more competitive for sure. They fought hard. They never gave up in this game. Salute to them for competing hard and, really representing their families and their schools and making their state proud, man. Salute to Indiana. They deserve all the credit. But Don Staley and South Carolina handled business once again, getting the dub. And shout out to Hina Pow, bro. Like, she absolutely was a difference maker. Getting blocks, getting steals, knocking down shots, running the offense, being that steady leader, that coach on the floor, that impact player that they've missed her being the last couple of games. Yeah, Hina Pow was major in this game. So was Breezy Hall. And South Carolina handles business, and they never really looked in trouble. They were down going into the first half. I will say that. But Don must have got in their ears in that halftime report because they came out in the second half locking up on defense and taking better shots. South Carolina picked up the win 64-53 in this contest, and overall it was a pretty solid game, man. I gotta be honest. They shot 43.6% from the field, 38.5% from three, so the three's still falling for this group. Only 14 free throws, which is a bit characteristic. They're usually drawing more contact, more fouls being called. They dominate the glass 39-29, 28 defensive rebounds. They also had 7 blocks and 7 steals and forced 15 turnovers, which was a big difference in this game, man. Like I said, Hina Pow, 9 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds, had some blocks, had some steals as well, 2 steals in there. And she was out there having her own block party as well. I just love the tenacity she played with, the effort, and just seeing her really compete on both ends, having fun out there, playing confident basketball again. She's just a very crucial part to this team, and it was huge news when she decided to use that extra year and come back, and she's proven her worth. Breezy Hall, solid shooting day from her, especially from deep. She had 11 points, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds, one of her better games as of late. Also, wreaking havoc on defense along with Raven Johnson. Sanaya Fagan, 10 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds in this one. She came up with some big points down low in the paint and continues to be a reliable low block scorer for this team. Raven Johnson, 5 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. We know the floor general running the show. The straw that stirs the drink for this group. Just playing poised leadership, championship level basketball for her. She's been here. All she does is win. This isn't unfamiliar to her. Chloe Kitts, 10 points, 3 assists, 11 rebounds. And Chloe has been on fire since that triple-double at Ole Miss, SEC tournament MVP, and she keeps up her hot streak. It was a tough game for Joyce Edwards, though, man. She went like 2 of 7, 5 points, 1 assist, 6 rebounds. I will say, though, the effort was not lacking. The shots weren't falling around the rim for her, but the effort, she was out there battling on that glass. So salute to her for playing hard. She did get crossed though and fell, man. I would be remiss not to bring that up, man. No disrespect, Joyce. We love you, but that crossover was mean. Tessa Johnson, solid day at the free throw line for her. She comes off the bench with 9 points, 1 assist, 3 rebounds. And then you also got Malaysia Fulwiley, who had 3 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound. Now, in this game, their 2 leading scorers combined for 8 points, and it did not matter. And that's how you know, man, with South Carolina, it's anybody's night any given day. When your top 2 leading scorers combine for less than 10 points and you can still get a double-digit victory, it just shows you the balance and the depth and the star power of this team. Now, everybody complains about them having 10 McDonald's All-Americans. They didn't have one All-American American according to the AP, but they're still getting it done, man, playing team basketball, grinding it out, and it's just, they're battle tested. They've seen every scenario that any team is going to throw at them at this point. They're ready for whatever comes their way, and they will be advancing to the Sweet 16. Shout out South Carolina for getting the big dub. On the other end, man, we saw an end of an era for two historical college careers, man. And Deja Kelly out of Oregon, as well as Georgia Amoore out of Kentucky, man. Two of the most just decorated guards to come through women's hoops in quite some time over their tenures. Both lost in round 2 today. Deja Kelly was getting busy. She gave Duke 20. She gave Vandy 20 in an upset as well. And, man, Duke is no slouch on the defensive end. They really wear you down and throw bodies at you. But Deja Kelly was mid-range, was falling today like silky smooth, especially in the first half. Like, her off the bounce, getting to her spot off the dribble, that 2-3 dribble pull up, and she's definitely a pro. Deja Kelly's a WNBA player without a doubt. She's just a natural born scorer. She's really good in the pick and roll, good decision maker, good size, good length, good burst in her first step. Like, she really left it all on the floor today. She was one of my favorite players to come through Carolina in quite some time, and then moving to Oregon, it was tough. She bet on herself and, got them into the NCAA tournament, got one upset win, but falls to Duke, something that she did at Carolina as well, man. She's very familiar with the Blue Devils. They deserve all the credit, but salute to Deja Kelly, man. Like, she really put on during her college career. She just was very exciting to watch. And then also just her accomplishments, man. 2,247 total points, 564 rebounds, 464 assists, 196 steals, like getting it done on both ends, man. Deja Kelly deserves her flowers. She wrapped up an incredible career, fell just short from a Sweet 16 trip, but salute to her. I commend her commitment and her willingness to really trust the process, but also bet on herself when she felt like she needed a change of scenery, and it could have went way left because Oregon has some struggles, man. But Deja Kelly helped really get them into the tournament and play great basketball. So the college game will miss her. Duke, man, Reagan Richardson, and Ashlyn Jackson deserve all the credit. They was out there hooping. I'm going to tell you right now, bro. And this picture right here of Ashlyn Jackson is just one of the coldest photos. Hitting them with the Steph Curry, putting them to bed, bro. Like, she was really, really impactful in this game, shooting the ball from 3. Like, Duke is so good defensively. If they're shooting the ball like this, man, they're a Final Four team. I'm going to go ahead and let you know that right now. Like, straight up, Duke is an absolute issue if they are hitting shots the way they are hitting shots. Reagan Richardson finished with 13 points, 2 assists, 6 rebounds. Ashlyn Jackson with the 20 ball and had 4 rebounds as well. Delaney Thomas, 12 points, 1 assist, 6 rebounds. Salute to Duke. They have depth. They have good guard play. It was a quiet day for Akinanwa, the tournament MVP in the ACC. 6 points, 1 assist, 3 rebounds. She battled some foul trouble. But you see, like, man, Jada Donovan's another player I really like for this team. That's a guard, but guards multiple positions. Rebounds it really well. Had 4 assists to lead the team. Like, they have so many skilled players. And they didn't even have their leading scorer, Toby Fournier, who's been out with an illness. So when they get her back as well, that's definitely another key piece for this team down low. But Duke is dangerous. They're deep. They guard the ball really, really well. They switch well. They hustle. They grind you out. They're physical. They really bring a lot of pressure defensively, and now the offense is clicking on all cylinders. They're hitting threes. They're moving the basketball, finding shots. They're getting out in transition and running. Duke is going to definitely be a tough out, man. I tell you that. And if they match up with Carolina in the Sweet 16, which is a possibility, that is going to be a matchup that feeds families for sure, man. But Duke definitely a team to watch in that Birmingham region as well, man. No slouches on that lineup at all, man. I love Coach Kara Lawson and what she's done building this program up. Their second straight Sweet 16 so far under her tenure. She runs it like a pro program. Like, she reminds me a lot of Dawn Staley with her style and her approach. Just fiery and very knowledgeable about the game. So salute to Duke, man. They put it in. They put the nail in the coffin to Oregon and end Deja Kelly's college career. Another historic career we saw come to an end was Georgia Amoore. We know she did some big things at Virginia Tech. Her and Kenny Brooks. Liz Kitley did a lot of winning at Virginia Tech. Kenny Brooks gets the job at Kentucky. Georgia Amoore follows. One season, they have their biggest turnaround in program history. They were in the running for the SEC regular season title. They get a 4 seed in the tournament, and they win a lot of ball games and completely just revive that Kentucky program. So salute to Georgia Amoore. People were saying they didn't know if she was athletic enough or quick enough or skilled enough to play in the SEC, man. And she's first team All-American type of player. Like, she's definitely like that. Has a bright future as well. I think she's a first round draft pick in the WNBA, one of the best point guards. Just her control, her poise, the way that she manages the game. In the pick and roll, she's elite. Mid-range game, like getting it off the dribble. Like, she's a tough cover, super quick, elite handle. Like, salute to Georgia Amoore, man. And this was the last shot. This is tough, man. They drew up a perfect play to her for her. Strack hits her with the back door. She has the floater, and it just bounces off the rim, man. Like, that is a tough way to end your college career. But salute to Georgia Amoore for a great career. And the future definitely looks bright at Kentucky with Coach Kenny Brooks, one of the best in the nation, who is a semifinalist for the Wooden Award for the National Coach of the Year. Like, hell of a run for Kentucky. They definitely deserve their flowers as well. Kansas State got it done. Going to the Sweet 16, man. Redemption tour for this group as well. That felt like they kind of underachieved last year. Tamara Poindexter, 8 3-pointers, like, set a record. She was incredible. Every time Kansas State needed a big bucket, like, she came through and definitely provided that. This game was probably the best game of the day so far. They went into overtime. Like, this was a straight dog fight, bro, and it was really fun to watch. This was definitely a great game to watch. It was tough, man. It was tough to see that one in. It honestly was tough to see that one in. In her last game, Georgia Amoore finished with 18 points, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. Strack had 22 points, 2 assists, and 8 rebounds. Hey, man, she is going to be a problem in the SEC for years to come. Lawrence had 15. Tiana Key had 13, a Carolina transfer as well. Just had to throw that out there. Not a whole lot of depth for Kentucky this year. They rocked out with their starting 5 to the end and rode to the wheels fell off. For Kansas State, man, big win for them, making it to the Sweet 16. Like I said, Poindexter, 24 points, 2 assists, 6 rebounds. She was so huge in that OT. Hit some big shots for this team and just refused to let them lose. Lee had 16 points for this group, 9 rebounds for her. She was big in the paint for this group, one of their best players that she's been all season. So shout out to Aoki Lee as well. Taylor, 11 points, 8 rebounds off the bench. Sundell hit some really big shots for this team and ran the show, bro. 19 points and 14 assists was huge. 14 assists, definitely nothing to sniff your nose or turn your nose up at, man. The ultimate floor general who really ran the show for this group and made life easier for a lot of these scores and still had 19. That backcourt was incredible, man. Well, that duo, I should say. Sundell and Poindexter definitely catapulted this team over Kentucky. And salute to them, man. They stayed strong and picked up the big win. So, end of 2 eras right there, man, with Georgia Amoore as well as Deja Kelly. Salute to them. But Duke, Kansas State, they move on. And then rounding out our report today, Notre Dame gets it done. Olivia Miles back active, looks fine. They handle business. Notre Dame definitely one of those ones that I feel like have a legitimate chance to win a national championship.
Let's get the seniors up. All the seniors. I don't know where we're going, but this is your first NCAA tournament. Took to the Sweet 16, double, 6 in the history to have 15 rebounds, and this was your choice to come to Notre Dame so you could win, and you did that the first round, and then you won again in the second round. That's why you chose here. Sarah, your commitment to this program, you could have been off in the corporate world, but you decided in the 5th year to come back and be a part of this because you knew it was going to be special. Maddie took the job. First Zoom call was you. Told you that my vision, and you decided to stay. Second call was Liv. She committed within 24 hours. And then y'all had the thing going on, and then Sony committed in 48 hours. Just the commitment of the vision of this, me, new-time head coach, to see where we are now, our 4th straight Sweet 16, and we're not done yet. We're just getting started.
Notre Dame handles a pesky and young and scrappy Michigan team 76-55. Leading the way, one of the National Player of the Year frontrunners, Hannah Hidalgo, had 20 points, 3 assists, 1 rebound, 36 minutes of play. Efficient shooting night for her tonight. Sonia Citron had 16 points, 1 assist, 6 rebounds. Olivia Miles, quiet night, but she did everything they needed her to do to run the show. Led the team with 5 assists, 8 points, and had 4 rebounds as well. Latu King continues to be huge for this team. 18 points, 3 assists, 15 rebounds. They're still looking to get the best out of Maddie Westbell, which will definitely take this team to another level with her shooting and her defensive presence. She had 4 points, 1 assist, 2 rebounds. Prosper came off the bench, had 3 points, 1 assist, 2 rebounds. Kate Koval got in on the action. 2 points, three rebounds for her. Carlin, 4 points, 2 assists. But Westbell, King, as well as Prosper, also Kate Koval definitely will continue to be depended on to play D, to take pressure off the big three, to rebound the basketball extremely well, which they did today. I got to salute them on that for winning the rebounding battle against Michigan as well. But Notre Dame rolling, firing on all cylinders. They got their big three back healthy, and this is going to be one of the most dangerous teams in the country. Maddie Westbell, it's going to, I think, click at some point. Like, it's got to, she was really, really good. She was one of their best players last year. So I just feel like, she missed a lot of the season with an injury. She's still getting back into that rhythm. But if they get her back firing on all cylinders with this team, man, Notre Dame is going to be extremely dangerous, because the paint presence was really the only thing they missed last year. But Hannah Hidalgo, credible on both ends, big time shot maker. Sonia Citron, maybe the best 3-and-D player in the country, hitting shots as well, taking pressure off Olivia Miles, man. So Notre Dame advances to the Sweet 16 as well. No surprise there, I'm sure, for anybody else. But salute to Michigan for a good season. They're young, and they will definitely be a presence with Olsen, with Swords in that backcourt moving forward in the Big Ten. So excited to see them. But that is our recap for today, and we will have more later on and throughout the rest of the week. So y'all make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, all that good stuff, and join our memberships. We got exclusive content daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Until next time, my people, we out.